All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute you all as everybody's coming in. Try that again. Okay. And I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. Just trying to get my notes in order. All right, we got about another minute. And I know for those that were doing the workout last night, it wasn't, I had to use my phone. Today I'm actually on my laptop, so it is recording right now. So this meeting will be recorded for anything you have to say or anything like that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hi, everyone. Hopefully you guys all stayed on track while I was not here for the week and did not do workouts with you guys and did not have the meeting because I have probably like 18 to 20 private clients, and I would say 5 of them stayed focused. And the rest of them were like, no, you were on vacation. I was on vacation, didn't go to the gym, that kind of thing. So hopefully you guys, I remember when I went on to the Keys last year, that kind of happened, or 2 years ago, actually, that kind of happened. And I'm glad that the weigh-ins looked good on Monday, because that means that you guys were staying focused and trying, which is awesome. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is that an app update's coming up, and it's going to make you guys happy. It is going to do in the groups like we get in Facebook groups. So if somebody posts something, you guys can have a thread underneath it. Instead of digging through all the way back into the top of a group to find something, you'll now just have to find the thread and everybody that replies. So if someone posts a picture of a food, that everybody can comment underneath that food. It's not going to go into the regular messaging, posting. You guys all know about Facebook, right? You guys are all in groups in Facebook or commenting Facebook. It's the same thing. You don't need me to explain that to you. So that is coming. And they said by Thanksgiving, which will be amazing. At least I think so. Then We had a meeting the other day. They also were saying that because MyFitnessPal is getting away from, scanning, the in-app tracking has been, I guess, magnified, or whatever you call it, amped up. So you'll start to see a lot more things in the in-app tracking for those that are in-app tracking. If you want to switch to in-app tracking as of October 1st, when MyFitnessPal starts charging you for premium, if you want to scan items, just let me know. I will tell you that there is a go around. If you download the Lose It app and connect it to your MyFitnessPal will connect to my app. But you have to scan through Lose It for it to pull up into MyFitnessPal. So that is a go around if you want to use it. I know there are a couple of people that like the Lose It app that are actually in the group that use that. And that's how I know that that's a go around. So just want to let you guys know that. All right. So let's talk about a few things before I go into what I'm going to talk about. So the first thing I want to talk about is not eating to your macros. And I feel like I could beat this with a dead horse. And I don't want to come off as a bitch or a mean person. And if you message me and you tell me that you're not going to eat the macros that I set for you, I'm going to release you from my services. I'm going to refund you, no questions asked. You'll see the money in your Venmo or your Zelle, and you'll be deleted from my app. If you are adamantly telling me and straight up telling me, I am not going to follow your macros, I can't eat that much, well, then you're not following my program. And then why are you actually in here, right? So I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be anything that except a coach. And if you're in my program, then you're here for me to coach you. And I know 100% that the numbers I give you scientifically work for you to lose weight if you are in a true deficit. If it is not working and you decide I'm going to change my own macros, then you're never going to be consistent. You're never going to know if the program actually works, and you're doing your own thing. And I'm not going to be responsible for you not losing body fat because you want to do your own thing. And I don't want that to fall under my business if you're not going to follow my program. Because then you'll say, well, I was on Shannon's program, I didn't lose any weight, but you really weren't doing my program, right? So my program is you follow your macros, your proteins, 10 over under, your carbs, 10 over under, and fats, try to stay under by 6. That's it. It's super simple. And that will put you in a caloric deficit. Nobody actually in the world can say, my body will never lose weight. That's not how our bodies work. If you put the work in, you will get the results, but you have to put the work in. Keep in mind, in 8 weeks, you should only lose between 4 to 7 pounds total. That is how I calculate it. So if you lose a half a pound every week, that's 4 pounds. That weight will stay off. Now, if I calculated it for 2 pounds a week, and now you're starving yourself, and you're just doing what you did before you came to me, which is killing your metabolism, yeah, you might lose weight faster, but you're going to be starving. You're going to crave foods. You're not going to be sticking to a program. You're going to be on a diet. And when you leave me, you're going to gain the weight right back, just like that. And so don't ask me to drop your macros, because I'm not, unless there's a reason to drop them, not because you don't want to eat all that food. And I get it. It is a lot of food. But here's the deal. For the past how many years, depending on how old you are, for me, probably when I started doing it, 15 years, I messed up my metabolism. I dieted, I starved myself, I did liquid programs, I did HCG shots, I did phentermine pills, I did everything, and I messed up my metabolism. My metabolism didn't know what the hell was going on. And in order to correct what we messed up, we have to eat more to have our bodies understand that we're eating towards our goals or for our goals. And then we start to lose the weight. So if you've been dieting for 15 years, it's going to take more than 3 weeks for your body to adjust. I can't keep switching your macros because you asked me, because you think that's the problem. That's not the issue. The issue is your metabolism needs a chance to be consistently eating the right amount of food. And then the weight's going to continuously, consistently fall off. But I posted this in the memes group today. It takes consistency. That is the number one thing, is being consistent on what you're doing in order to see the program work. And if you do that, I promise you it will work. But I can't keep changing it every week when people are messaging me. I only worked out 1.8 hours. I didn't work out a full 2 hours, or I didn't work out 4 hours. I do a range. So it's 1 to 3. It's 3 to 5. So it's really not going to change that much. And then when I change your macros, it's because you've either hit 10% of your weight loss, not 10 pounds. If you weigh 200 pounds, 10% of your weight loss is 20 pounds. That's when I would change your macros, or your exercise changed, or your daily life changed. Something happened. You're sitting at a desk all day now, whatever, something different than what you told me. Or you had surgery, or whatever the case is. Then I'll change your macros. But 10 pounds doesn't constitute a macros adjustment, and you don't want it to, because it's going to change it and make you probably eat less, but you're not going to see that weight loss. So really stick to the macros plan. I promise you it works. I would guarantee it, but if I guaranteed it, I have to live in all your homes, and that's just not going to work. We'd be like one person every day. So it doesn't work that way. And for people that are saying, I can't get all the food in, and I look at their logs and it's piecemealing, like two rice cakes and 1 hard-boiled egg. And then I look down further, 6 or 4 ounces of turkey breast. You're never going to hit your macros. And you're going to be hungry. So you have to eat more at each meal in order to not be hungry, to feel like you satiate, that you fit your satiation, and to get in your numbers. Yes, collagen can be counted as protein. It's just not your full protein, but it's not a big deal. So you can count your collagen as your protein. If you're taking a fiber, drinking a fiber, taking a fiber pill, and there's carbs, it counts. We've talked about this. My gummies that I take, my vitamins, my collagen. Remember I told you I take 36 carbs of vitamins, gummies, because I love them. They count. I am never going to say I eat them because they're candy. I will never admit to that. They're vitamins and supplements. But I do it every day. And it's like it's my treat. And I count it. 36 grams of carbs. How crazy is that? That's almost 200 calories in vitamins. That's crazy. But I'm not stopping. Okay, my hair is growing. It's actually getting long. I'm using that as the reason why I continually do it. All right, I want to go back to fiber. So we've talked about fiber briefly, just because I had brought it up about people not being able to go to the bathroom, right? Do you guys remember that in the beginning? So fiber is a great way to help you lose weight. That's why, and I don't want to talk about diets, but that the keto diet, they do the fiber and the net, and if it's this and it's that, and then, you can lose more weight and blah, blah, blah. So they are onto something with that. With fiber, it boosts your metabolism. So you want to eat fiber. Now, if you're the type of person that you eat too much fiber, you get stopped up, you need to figure out what that number is. And that should be right. You should be eating right underneath that number. So they had done a study, and I pulled it up. They had done a study with people like high fiber foods. When I say fiber, I don't mean taking fiber pills, by the way. I don't mean Metamucil. I mean like high fiber foods like grains and leafy greens and legumes, and like oatmeals are great, or any high fiber recipe, kind of like your overnight oats. That would be a high fiber recipe if you're eating those. Muesli, I ate that the entire time I was on the ship, and it definitely helped me stay regular, by the way. I don't know if it helped me not lose weight, but because I did gain weight, but anyway, and fruit. strawberries, berries, blackberries all have fiber in them. And I'm trying to find a study. Research showed that people who aim to eat 25 to 30 grams of fiber each day but got an average of 19 to 20. So they didn't always hit that 25 to 30, but they always hit the 19, 20 mark. Ended up losing nearly 5 pounds more than the average person in 1 year. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's average, and they use it over, they checked in over with, I can't remember how many people they went through, but try to keep it between that 20 to 30 mark. When you fall under 20, you're not getting enough fiber. I've talked about that. And if you're not falling in that mark, then we can figure it out together how to get there. I mean, there's whole fiber breads that are light that you can use. But if you need carbs, or even Ezekiel bread, that is a lot of fiber. And if you look in the app, I don't know how many people actually really look through the app, but if you look in the app, and you scroll all the way down, you could see fiber. And it'll tell you. So the person I just pulled up actually is not getting enough fiber. So this person's not even hitting 17 grams of fiber a day. I bet if I told her to bump it up just a little bit, it's no one in this group, so don't think it's anybody on the app. I mean, anyone in the Zoom. She's not even in the Zoom, because you're all looking at me like it's you. And I swear you're not, she's not in this Zoom right now. I think that's so funny. I look up and you guys are all like, shit, I'm in trouble. 19 is good. 18.9 is 19. Don't kill yourself to get there, but it will help you with the weight loss. So try to set yourself a fiber goal every day for yourself. If you want to share it with me, you're more than welcome to share it with me, and I'll help you hit it. But just be prepared, because that could be annoying in a good way. I have people that say, can you hold me accountable every single day to hit my macros? Can you hold me accountable to every day? I do. I have it set on my alarm. I probably have like 67 different alarms on my phone, and it has a person's name and what the reminder is. And I will message you when the alarm goes off and say, hey, blah, 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 blah. Don't forget this. So if there's something you want me to do, I will do it, but I will be a pain. So be prepared for it. Okay, so now let me see what else I want to talk about. Oh, so you guys all know, like, I really am not supposed to be chewing gum, right? So I do chew gum, but I'm not supposed to be chewing it. But I found a gum that stays soft and doesn't bother my jaw. So research shows snacking on a sugar-free stick of chewing gum, which is only about 2 calories. If you get non-sugar-free, which nobody should be chewing that, it's about 10 calories, will cut down on hunger, cravings, and snacking. Hence why I was eating a pack of gum a day. How crazy is that? 17 pieces too. So crazy. Which, if you craved something, and let's say you did 100-calorie snack every day because you just needed a snack, because you just needed that habit of chewing, it could be over 9 pounds per year if you continually did that every day. So if you're a gum chewer, good for you. If you're not, I don't want to tell you to start chewing gum, but it is a great way to curb your hunger and your cravings. Also, switching, raise your hand of how many people drink soda. Not seltzers, but just soda, diet soda, regular soda. Okay. Vince, now raise your hand if it's diet. Okay, now raise your hand if it's real. Okay. I didn't make that face, just kidding. So, I mean, you're kicking butt on the program, so that's awesome. I'm assuming you're counting it as your carbs. Yes. I'm pulling up your thing right now just to look. I'm waiting for him to unmute himself and chime in and defend himself. All right, let's see. I love when I pull it up and then I see that you guys were just in it like 10 minutes ago, 15, 20 minutes ago. That makes me so happy. All right, first, let me start by saying that Vince, since August 8th, has lost 13 pounds. Congratulations. And consistently lost, which is great. Let's see. I'm actually not even seeing your sodas in here. Are you logging them? No. Okay, so start logging them. That's carbs. That's sugar. You don't want to not leave that, put that in there. It counts unless it's diet. Okay. And not to call you out, but I guess I'm going to. He is consistently losing weight. He's not hitting his macros each one because he's going over in one and under in another. So he's still in a caloric deficit. I don't know if you realize that, but I'm putting that out there. So we don't track calories, but if you're going way over in your carbs and you still have a little bit of proteins left, technically, if you're still in the caloric deficit, you can let it go. But you don't want that to be a consistent thing. If it happens, that's fine, but you don't want that to be consistent, Vince. So, all right. So we are moving on, but that was a good, I like that I got to use yours as an example. I'm glad you said you drink soda. You could have kept quiet. All right. And now we're going to talk about sugar. So drinking black coffee is ideal. Raise your hand if you drink black coffee. And then keep it up if you don't put any sweeteners in it. Awesome. Okay. If you need a little sweetness in your daily cup of coffee or tea, start by removing 1 packet of sugar. So if you're putting real sugar in, because I know people aren't raising their hands, if you're putting like 2 packets of sugar in your coffee, or you're drinking 4 cups of coffee a day and you're putting 1 in each one, you need to half that and go to an alternative or just drink it black with no sweetener. The average packet contains about 4 grams of sugar, which is 15 calories. And if you cut out 1 serving for a savings every day, you can save yourself almost 2 to 3 pounds per year of weight gain. Think about that. That's weight gain. On the reverse side, obviously it's weight loss. But every day you do that, every year, you're going to continually gain weight, no matter what. Keeping that in mind, who drinks coffee and puts creamer in it? Keep your hand up if it's not fat-free creamer. Not fat-free. Oh, good. Okay. Because if you use real creamer in your coffee and you use a tablespoon every day, in a year, you could gain 10 to 12 pounds. Just from creamer, like real creamer, not non-fat dairy creamer. Not like unsweetened, fat-free almond milk, whatever those are, almond creamer, whatever those things are. Not those, but the real creamer that you buy in the cartons. You know what I'm talking about? Those kind. Okay. So when you guys are doing your food, and you're always, and not always, and not everyone, I use those words and I shouldn't use those words, but when people say sometimes that they can't get all the food in, raise your hand if you feel like you can't get all your food in. You know what's so funny is that everyone in this group right here is kicking ass. And I love that not one of you raised your hands that you can't get the food in, because that means that you've already started training your brain and your metabolism and your stomach to want that food, that you're getting it all in. So this doesn't really apply to you guys, but I don't know who's going to listen to it afterwards. But when you undereat, and this is on the flip side of what I talked about when we first started, when you undereat, you are slowing down your metabolism. It is scientific. When you eat, it increases your insulin level, it increases your cortisol level, and what happens is your metabolism picks up. So the whole reason why we eat is for our metabolism, obviously, But when you undereat, your body burns fewer calories throughout the day, both because it digests less food and because your body naturally starts to down-regulate the energy it expends to conserve as much as possible. So keep that in mind the next time you tell me that you can't get all the food in. It's not for you guys, but that you can't get all the food in and you're going to eat less food and you're going to undereat. I mean, how many of you did the HCG diet ever? No, I worked at a doctor's office as a nutritionist, so I got to try it. And it's 500 calories a day. 500. Could you imagine? So all these people are coming in, they're not allowed to exercise. They're getting injections, and they're only allowed to eat 500 calories a day. They all lose a massive amount of weight. 3 months later, they're all back. They gained all the weight plus some, and now they want to do it again. So not only are they not realizing how stupid this program is, this diet is, that the doctor is giving them, who is a real MD, but it's bad for your heart. All that weight loss gain, it puts a lot of stress on your heart. So it's so bad for you to undereat and do those stupid diet programs. If anybody ever messages me, and I'm not calling anybody out, but if you message me and say your doctor told you to eat 1,200 calories or less, I'm going to call you out and I'm going to ask for you to give me your doctor's name. Because that's bullshit. Unless you are 4'6" and sleep in a bed all day long, no one should be at 1,200 calories or less. No one. That is such old school. And that's why we're all have this in our head. And that's why we all got overweight or obese, because we always thought 1,200 calories a day. If I want to lose weight, under 1,200 calories a day. Did it work? Are you here now? It doesn't work. So I did have somebody say their doctor said that. And I said, you know what? Either have your doctor put that in writing to me on his notepad or give me his phone number because I need to talk to him. And I want to know what he looks like. And this is totally between us because Mike's now in the other room. So Mike goes to a cardiologist. Mike is overweight, in case you didn't know. Like overweight. His cardiologist is overweight. His cardiologist says, oh, you're fine. It makes no sense. So I venture to guess what that person's doctor looks like, right? Forever years ago, I went to a dentist that smoked. And I'm like, this is so weird that I could smell that he smoked. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So would you go to a personal trainer that was 50 pounds overweight? No, probably not. So same thing with if your doctor tells you to eat less than 1,200 calories, think about what they look like. Chances are they're overweight. Okay. The only reasons why you should not eat when you are not hungry, that means not eat when you are not hungry, is if you have a test the next morning that you're not supposed to eat. Colonoscopies, any of those things, right? So don't message me and say, there's no way I can get all my food in. How am I going to do this? I have to fast for the colonoscopy, blah, blah, blah. Don't eat. You're getting it's a medical thing. Don't eat, right? You're having anesthesia the next morning. Don't eat. On the flip side, should I eat if I'm not hungry? Yes. So many reasons why. You want to keep your metabolism going up. You're in a sport. And the number one reason is you are strength training and you want to gain muscle. And what happens when you gain more muscle? The more muscle you have, the more fat your body burns. It is science. It is not from my mouth. It's in a book. You can Google it. What happens? Google how much muscle in your body you need to lose fat. It's going to tell you the more muscle you have, the more fat your body burns. The only way you're going to get strong and build muscles is by eating your food. Kind of like Popeye the Sailor Man, but it doesn't have to be spinach. You want to eat to get stronger. and you will see the difference. And that being said, if any of you, and I repeat this all the time, are cardio bunnies and you are doing more cardio than you are doing strength training, the weight is not going to come up quickly. It's going to go slow. It's going to take forever because you're not building muscle doing cardio. Now, for those that go to Orange Theory, rowing is not cardio. Rowing is considered strength, and it works 84% of the muscles in your body. So rowing is not cardio. Swimming is cardio. Biking is cardio. Running is cardio. 10,000 steps is not cardio. You're not getting your heart rate up into your midway zone, your fat burning zone. So please keep that in mind. If you are doing more, okay, so here's what I want you to think about. If you are doing 4 days of lifting, you should only be doing 2 days of cardio. If you are doing 3 hours of lifting, you should only be doing 90 minutes of cardio. Whatever your lifting is, your cardio should be half. With getting in at least 120 to 180 minutes a day total. A week total. A day. Quit your jobs. Everybody understands that, right? I'm going to say it again. Whatever your lifting is, whatever your strength training is, that could be resistance bands, that could be body weight, push-ups, pull-ups, tricep, anything you're doing, body weight, squats is considered strength training. Lunges is considered strength training, even though it's body weight. It's not cardio. If you are doing whatever you're doing as lifting, your cardio should be half of that. And I hate to say this, but that's why Orange Theory does so well, because you do half cardio and half strength training. And the other half, you're just taking a break. So really, it's only like a 47, 48-minute workout. But I want you guys, that should be a rule of thumb. If you're doing 5 hours of cardio and you might get 30 minutes of lifting in twice a week, it's not going to happen. You're not going to lose the weight. So when you reach out to me, I always say, okay, give me details. I know you're working out 3 hours a week. What are you doing? And I will tell you how to flip it and fix it. So anybody that's on here, anybody that listens, that's what we're going to do. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you're doing it. And let's go from there. Now, if you're not doing any lifting and you're only doing cardio, we need to have a conversation also. I'd rather you not even work out, be honest with you. Or change your cardio to walking. Like if you're taking a spin class every day, don't do it. I'm the #1 prime example of not to do that. I was teaching, and I think Jennifer knew me when I was doing this. I was doing like nine spin classes a week. I was only getting in lifting like twice a week, and I looked puffy. Then all of a sudden, I cut down to like 3 to 4 spin classes a week, bumped up my lifting to 4 hours a week, and I started leaning out. We were like, you lost weight. I'm like, I did not lose any weight. My scale stayed the same. My body fat went down like that. I was still 144 pounds, but my body fat went from 22% to 17.6%. It's crazy. So please keep that in mind when you guys are doing your daily stuff. Is your baby sleeping, Rachel? Or is his eyes open? It's hard to tell. I thought his eyes were closed. I thought he fell asleep listening to my voice. Just kidding. All right. So that is our meeting for today. Hopefully somebody took something away, if anything that will help you. We are going into week 5. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 more weeks to go. Basically halfway. So whatever you've done so far, try to duplicate it, keep it going. Except Vince, he's going to fix that soda. I'm just teasing you. You're doing awesome. You lost 13 pounds. That's phenomenal. And then, what else? Oh, I just want to say one more thing. I don't give shout outs to make other people feel bad. I give shout outs because you guys deserve to be shouted out for what you're doing. You never, ever, ever compare yourself to somebody else. What is it? Comparison is the thief of all something. Does anybody know that saying? Raise your hand if you know it. If you're happy and let me look it up. Comparison is a thief of joy, which is so true. So stop complaining, stop comparing yourself to other people. Be happy for them. If they've lost 5 pounds in the last 4 weeks, that's freaking awesome. And you only lost 1.2, that's phenomenal, because that's you did that. But you should be happy for everybody. And I will not stop giving shout outs, because I think you guys all deserve it. When you go to Weight Watchers, they shout your name out, you get your 10 pound coin, whatever it is. Believe me, I've done it. I know I've gotten 10,000 10-pound keychains from Weight Watchers. I mean, I could probably have one for 60 months. I don't know, because I've done it so many times. And I actually thought about how much I love that I was going to do that for the Shred Tribe. But then I was like, I'm going to keep giving out 10 pounds to everybody, because everybody keeps losing 10 pounds, except mine were the 10 pounds over and over and over again. So that won't happen here. So yeah, I'm always going to do shout outs. And if you don't want to be in the Transformation Challenge group, I could take you out of it. So, but hopefully you'd want to be in that, because you want to cheer on your teammates. All right. So I'm going to end the meeting, because I'm going to get cut off in about 2 minutes. Thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm actually happy that there's 14 of you. I didn't know how many there would be, because there is open house down here in Palm Beach County for schools tonight with teachers. Because school just went back not too long ago. So it is open house. So I hope you guys all have an amazing night. Keep kicking ass. Be supportive of your other tribe members. You know, it's all about, you know, helping one another. And once this new part of the app comes in, it'll be freaking awesome, because you guys can share things that help and whatever it is. So thank you so much. Have an amazing Wednesday night, and I will see you guys for the workouts. I'll see you at the meeting next week. Hopefully you guys will be there. And thank you so much for the referrals. They're all trying to come in again, knowing that the next session is starting. I appreciate that. You guys get $10 off your next session, or I Venmo you $10 for every person that signs up. So thank you. I really appreciate it. My phone is starting to go again for that. And have a great night, because I could keep talking. You know I'm going to get cut off. And remember, always be badass. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.